Additionally, one of the Pentagon's top civilians, a weapons specialist, met with President Thieu today to discuss what the weapons the U.S. could give to South Vietnam to improve their posture. And 5 generals and admirals are making a survey of South Vietnam to see what can be done to bolster the South Vietnamese army with more sophisticated weapons.
With communist forces in Vietnam weakened from the Tet Offensive, U.S. forces waged their own offensive to drive the North Vietnamese back and reassert Allied control over the A Shau Valley, a mile from the Laotian border. Strategically, the valley is an entry route into South Vietnam and close to the already ravaged city of Hue. American forces lost their presence in the valley in 1966 when the North Vietnamese overtook a Special Forces camp. Lieutenant General Richard G. Stilwell, 24 Corps commander, orders a campaign to stop the growth of North Vietnamese forces in the area before they gain too great a tactical advantage. The main commander of the 101st Division, Major General Melvin Zayas, sends Colonel Joseph B. Conmee, Jr. and his 3rd Brigade with the task of eliminating the pride of Ho Chi Minh, the 29th NVA Regiment. One fateful hill, Hill 937, stands apart from the others, towering at 3,074 feet above sea level. Covered in jungle and with elephant grass reaching several feet in the air, it is a natural setting for an ambush. The Vietnamese call it Dong Ap Bia, but it will quickly earn a new name: Hamburger Hill. May 10th, 1969, 1640 hours. Operation Apache Snow boasts 3 airborne infantry battalions of the 101st Airborne Division, the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd Brigades, under the command of Major General Melvin Zayas. Supporting them are 2 South Vietnamese battalions and 3rd Regiment, as well as the 9th U.S. Marine Regiment and 3rd Squadron, 5th Cavalry Regiment. The mission will be a reconnaissance in force, where the 5 units will helicopter in and stage a combat assault on any North Vietnamese troops and encampments. May 20th. The hill is practically denuded after an airstrike drops 1 million pounds of bombs and 152,000 pounds of napalm. At 11:45 hours, the Rakkasans are finally able to take the hill. Many of the North Vietnamese forces have fled, leaving only 2 platoons. Hill 937 is officially secured at 1700 hours, but at a cost. About 70 Americans are killed, with 370 wounded. The casualty rate is a staggering 70%. One trooper tacks a makeshift cardboard sign to the remains of a tree trunk. It reads, Hamburger Hill. Written beneath it by another soldier is one question: was it worth it? American criticism of the battle is fierce, with Senator Ted Kennedy at the forefront. Zayas and Westmoreland defend the mission, while the president's press secretary supports it. But still, Hamburger Hill forces an assessment of American tactics in Vietnam. Nixon orders General Abrams to conduct war with a minimum of American casualties. Hamburger Hill is abandoned on May 28th and quickly goes back into the hands of the Viet Cong. The battle and the loss of lives seems pointless to many. As his fellow Marines are wounded or killed in the fighting in Vietnam, Carlos Hathcock avenges them, with each target entering his sights. Hathcock, a gunnery sergeant, goes on to record 93 confirmed kills in Vietnam and will become the most renowned Marine Corps sniper of all time. For a sniper's kills to be confirmed, there must be an acting third-party officer, as well as a spotter. Hathcock's record indicates 93 confirmed kills. By his estimates, he killed over 300 in the Vietnam War. Hathcock had 80 confirmed kills in his first tour alone. For unconfirmed, he takes out an entire North Vietnamese company, as well as approximately 100 more enemy soldiers. Hathcock becomes legendary in their eyes. The white feather worn in his hat while serving on patrol under land earns him the nickname Long Chong by the Viet Cong, or White Feather. One of the Viet Cong's greatest snipers is a woman, known as the Apache Woman. This VC platoon leader is infamous for brutally and sadistically torturing Marines unfortunate enough to be captured by her platoon. Hathcock is working with Captain Land in her known area of operation. He sights her from 300 yards away. It would be easy to pick her off with his Model 70 Winchester 30-06, but that would still leave her entire patrol intact. Land and Hathcock call in mortar fire, and in the ensuing high-explosive barrage, the Apache Woman runs for cover. Unknowingly moving towards Hathcock, she is felled by one of Hathcock's bullets. He declares, so feared is Hathcock by the North Vietnamese that they place a bounty for $30,000 on his head. Typical bounties do not go beyond $2,000. On September 2nd, Lieutenant Frischmann and Hegdahl, with the blessing of their superiors, reveal the truth about POW camps to the press, in spite of their northern Vietnamese captors' warning that if they embarrass them, they will get even against their fellow POWs.
Biggest conception about us, it was really nasty, brutal treatment. And there's 662 guys shot down, and probably all except about 20 of them fought the Vietnamese every step of the way from the time they got captured until they were released. There are a handful of folks who cooperated. 12 of them came home early. Only one guy was ordered to come home early if he could, and the other ones were told not to come home or to fight going home, and they didn't. So the perception, they came out, all of the one who came out was a sailor who was captured illegally in international waters, and he was told if he could get out to do it. He didn't want to, but they released him, and he came back and traveled around the country blowing the whistle on them. I don't have any thought. I haven't run into any of them since we've been home. They can't belong to our organizations. They never come to our reunions. They were actually had court-martial charges put on them by Admiral Stockdale for the Navy and Marines, and the Army was an Air Force. They weren't the Air Force, but there was an Air Force officer who was kept with the enlisted Army guys, and he put charges on several of the Army enlisted. Both the secretaries, John Warner, our own John Warner, then, and Bo Calloway for the Army, decided to drop the charges. They're afraid it would just reignite the anti-war movement, and we initially didn't like that, but in hindsight, it's probably pretty smart to have done that. I don't think they would have been convicted anyway.
The same day the POWs reveal their tortures, Ho Chi Minh dies of a heart attack. He is 79. His death does not mark the end of the war in Vietnam, however, as he is replaced by a collective of ministers and military leaders. The North Vietnamese withhold news of his passing for 48 hours.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to help us produce more compelling historical content like this, please like, comment below, and share this video with fellow history buffs. And of course, be sure to subscribe to help keep history happening.